I am multicasting or whatever they call it on Twitter. Hi. Sorry, TikTok. Hi. And on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. So, good afternoon. I hope you are well. Want to talk this afternoon a little bit about Let Women Speak and why it's important and what difference it makes. Um, so, I'm just going to retitle my video. Look, we started Let Women Speak because we were fed up here at Standing for Women with the vulnerability of being able to have a meeting without having to worry about it getting cancelled. Another thing that we've never wanted to do is actually make it unaffordable. So I never charge for content. I think that's really important because I believe that what I have to say is far too important to wait for people to actually subscribe or pay for it. So I want this message. I believe in my message so much so that I want every single person with ears and eyes and a body to be able to access the information. So that means there's no gatekeeping to this information. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing that I think behind the scenes that I don't share with you in various places where I put out my content. I may, going forward, I may start putting some of that content on Rumble to make me far less vulnerable to being cancelled on other platforms. And I think that probably is a good idea. But I I just think like there's all different ways that we can monetize. Like Twitter has offered subscription type stuff, but I'm an activist. I'm a campaigner. I believe that as many people as possible need to understand what is going on with their children, with their rights, with different aspects of where their taxes go. The fact that uh, who is it? The police, the NHS, and so on. The fact that all of them are spewing this cult like nonsense, I would like you to be able to make up your own mind and decide whether or not that is something that you feel is right for this country, is right for you, deserves your vote, etc., etc. So, unlike other content providers, you won't find any of my content under lock and key that you actually have to pay for. The thing that we do ask you to do, and I will frequently ask you, unashamedly, I will frequently ask you to actually join in with the merch. Um, let me tell you why. So the merchandise, Standing for Women contributes some money to putting on Let Women Speak, which I think is an absolutely invaluable resource. If you can't get there, you can watch it. Um, but what the merchandise does is it enables those sort of things to happen. It enables me to safely go into somewhere like Hyde Park or various places around the world and actually have some protection because genuinely, and I hate to say this, and it makes me feel like a bit of a victim, but genuinely, I do really fear that something bad can happen to me. And there's been such um, graphic threats and consistent threats that I think it's quite right that I need close personal protection these days. I think it's a sad indictment of where we are, but these activists are unhinged, and so that's just what I have to do. Anyway, so what does Let Women Speak do? Well, what Let Women Speak does is it's a free event in Hyde Park, 1 o'clock this Sunday, if you want to join us. And what we do is we create a circle and a space in the middle of that circle where anyone, females first, anyone who wants to talk about what is happening and how they feel about it has a place to speak. It's free speech. It's absolute free speech, right up until the point of incitement to violence. And then that isn't included in free speech, people. So that's what Let Women Speak does. We know that we have not only do we help with activism, not only do we make it easier for people to be listened to be heard, to speak, and those individuals that will stand up and talk, and you have no idea who you're going to reach. You have no idea who your message will resonate with. You just have no idea. Um, but we have definitely pulled people back from the brink. We know this. We have enough women who feed this back in. There are women who attend Speakers Corner regularly or even just sometimes who have now made lifelong friends who don't feel alone anymore. We have fostered this amazing community, genuinely inclusive. So not oh, we talk to the working classes. We speak for the working classes. Aren't we so amazing? I'm going to write a thesis and I've got tens of thousands of pounds of public money to spend on my thesis writing about working class women. But the women that are going to get all that money, well, they might be middle class women, but they're left wing. So amazing. We don't do any of that. We genuinely help women make connections, and you will have a woman who I know to have quite wealthy life, definitely has a very high income, hanging out at the pub with women who definitely don't. We'll have divorcees, lesbian couples, women perfectly happily married uh, to a man. All these sorts of women. We have women with disabilities. We have women of all races. We have women of different religions. A genuinely inclusive movement. And it's amazing. You sit at the pub at the end of a Let Women Speak, and there's groups of women who don't have any other place in their lives where they're sat amongst such amazing women from all different backgrounds, all laughing at the same jokes, all experiencing little tiny little things that just link us as women. Whether it's annoyed at the state of, I don't know, the price of butter, whatever it is. These little things that um if you talk about it, people then start saying that you are sort of stereotyping women, but in a group, we are we are recognizably different to men, and it is a beautiful thing. And if you don't believe me, you are more than welcome to come and join us and see just what that genuine solidarity looks like. And let me tell any of you women that aren't involved, that criticize Let Women Speak, that somehow, and we know it's envy, ladies. We know it's envy. We know that you just are very upset that you never thought of anything quite so formidable and wonderful, um, and making a difference, something that makes such a difference. So we know it's jealousy, but you'd still be welcome. I've been sat in a pub where somebody's tried to tell me that someone who writes far too many tweets has made a difference. Not really, not to anyone that I know. Um, but you sit in that pub and you just watch. You just watch these across age, across lifestyle mix of women just laugh. And let me tell you, sorry, that's where I was. Let me tell you, ladies, that criticize and come for any one of us, any one of our stewards, any one of our regulars, any one of the women that have spoken. You come for any of us and you will find out just what solidarity really, really looks like. Just what a formidable, amazing constituency of women we have built at Standing for Women, because it is extraordinary. It is extraordinary. I just can't tell you how incredible it is. And we do get absolutely insane, like proper insane people coming to oppose us. But now I'm really happy to say the Metropolitan Police and the Royal Parks Police have got it just right. They really do ensure that women can attend safely, can speak safely, and can leave safely. And so it is pretty wonderful. And to all you lovely people on TikTok, if you haven't been to Speaker's Corner, um, and even if you're on the other side and you haven't been to Speaker's Corner, why don't you go along and see what it is that you're supporting? Because we all think that you're ridiculous. So that's to the lovely TikTokers who are talking, who stand against women talking, which is just mad, absolutely mad. So, anyway, if you want a genuinely diverse and inclusive place that doesn't exclude women, um, doesn't forsake the comfort, the dignity, and respect of women, then come along to Speaker's Corner. We are at the Reformers Tree at 1 o'clock on Sunday. You would be absolutely more than welcome. And to all of you that regularly come along. I want to say a special thanks to Mary because I often thank the stewards who come to let women speak, but I rarely name Mary, who does help me with all the tech stuff. Um, and she's just extraordinary, and she's there every single week. I don't know if I've been to a speaker's corner aside from those abroad where Mary hasn't attended. And so, a special thanks to Mary. And to all you stewards who are looking forward to your pay packet, I think you know the sort of payment that I'm offering. So anyway, do have a lovely afternoon. If you can, um, if you can ignore the silly tantruming babies who want you not to be able to speak, and you come along to speak at Speaker's Corner and stand alongside women and help facilitate their voices, then I promise we will win. If you can um, ignore the most rabid of obsessive women in order to free yourself, be totally liberated from purity politics, be totally free to speak the absolute truth, and you do it with dignity, then I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Because I never lose.